What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? Today we're doing 2017's best metal albums. So, it really didn't blow me away this year, unfortunately, but I did manage to scrape 20 albums that I actually really enjoyed in the year 2017. I feel 2017 was one of the weakest years in recent memory, in my opinion, because there were some really good albums, don't get me wrong, but there were just some inconsistent moments in the year 2017. So what I'm going to do today is going to give you my top 20 albums of 2017. Some of these albums are absolutely fantastic, they really are. We're ranging from metalcore all the way up to black metal. And it's going to be a really fun ride. So what I want you guys to do before I start, pop your favorite albums down below in the comments section and let's get started. So, coming at number 20 is Brothers of Metal, Prophecy of Ragnarok. Now, this was released on April, and holy shit, this is an absolutely great album by Brothers of Metal. Their latest album, Endless Saga, is slightly better than Prophecies of Ragnarok. But yeah, this album is absolutely fantastic. Songs like Death of the Godlight, Prophecy of Ragnarok, Defenders of Valhalla, Gods of War, Freya, the Mead song, just great technicality on this album. Love the power metal vibes as well. It's fun, it's energetic, you just want to drink some mead. That's for sure. Prophecy of Ragnarok is coming at number 20. Next up is Serenity Lionheart, another power metal album. I really enjoy Serenity's albums, absolutely adored The Last Night, really enjoy Codex Atlanticus, the album before that, but Lionheart is a very different kettle of fish. It's a really good album overall, not my favorite, more symphonic elements built throughout this album. Songs like Lionheart, Hero, Eternal Victory, The Final Crusade incorporates harsher, aggressive vocals. You gotta say George Neuheiser's vocals are absolutely fantastic. They really are on all Serenity albums. But yeah, Lionheart is a really good Serenity album, but it's not one of the best, but it is one of the best albums of 2017. Next up we go to metalcore. We're talking about Trivium, The Sin and the Sentence. This is one of my favorite Trivium albums, it really is, and it would be a crime to not put Trivium on the best metal albums of 2017 list. This is a great album overall. Songs like The Sin and the Sentence, the drum work on this, Beyond Oblivion, Other Worlds, The Heart from Your Hate, Betrayer, Wretchedness Inside, Sever the Hand, Beauty and Sorrow, The Ravenkist. It's quite proggy as well. Really love the hard-hitting moments. Matt Leafy's vocals are just fantastic. Yeah, it's a solid fucking album. Next up is, surprise, surprise, it's Sepultura and that album Machine Messiah. And a lot of people would disagree, but Machine Messiah is one of my favorite Sepultura albums. Although I can't really get into the band Sepultura just yet, I really do enjoy Machine Messiah. I love how different this album is. This album is much more doomier and gloomier. It's much more slower, which I really do enjoy. And fuck me, look at that artwork. It's so damn good. This was released early in 2017 and it's one of the best albums of the year. Next up is Power Trip Nightmare Logic. This is a thrash metal album, one of the best thrash metal albums of recent time. You know, I featured Manifest Decimation in the year 2013. This was going to be no doubt in 2017. Songs like Executioner's Tax, Swing Out the Axe, along with Firing Squad, Nightmare Logic, Ruination, If Not Us Then Who, and Crucifixation to end off the album. Such a good fucking album. Next up we got some death metal. One of the most doomiest and slowest death metal albums of the year. We got Incantation, Profane Nexus. Ross Dolan's vocals, not Ross Dolan, you fucking idiot. It is John McEntee's vocals are absolutely fantastic, they really are. And John McEntee, if you're watching, Profane Nexus is a solid fucking album, really is. I know you're subbed to my channel. Incorporeal Despair, Messiah Nostrum, Omens of the Altar of Onyx, Ancient Arise. Although I just feel that Dirges of Elysium was released in 2014 would be a lot more higher than Profane Nexus is. But Profane Nexus is a fucking solid album. I just love the guitar work. I love at times how atmospheric and doomy this album is. Sect of Vile Divinity is, in my opinion, just slightly better, but Profane Nexus is in a different sort of realm. It's a very different Incantation album. Next up is another power metal, progressive power metal band, you could say. We're talking about Narnia. Narnia is one of my favorite progressive power metal bands. And yeah, From Darkness to Light was a fucking masterpiece back in 2019. Course of a Generation was released in 2009. That will no doubt hit that list on that year. Songs like Reaching to the Top, I Still Believe, along with Thank You, One Way to the Promised Land, incorporate elements of power metal vocals. Narnia just reminds me of Symphony X at times. Just fucking love Christian's vocals. His vocals are so damn good. And the guitar solos, the riffs, the drumming is absolutely spectacular. Narnia sits here. Next up is Winter Sun, The Forest Seasons. This is such a good fucking album, really is. I just love the experimentation on this. Each single song feels like a different season. A great transition, eternal darkness, loneliness. Loneliness is one of my favorite songs of all fucking time. Washed away the morning sun. Oh, so fucking good. I just love the pure emotion on this. Even got a black metal song called Eternal Darkness. Yari's vocals are absolutely fucking fantastic. Next up is Rift City. We got Acid Mammoth and their self-titled album. This was their first album, and Acid Mammoth released an album called Caravan this year, and that's an incredible album as well. But Acid Mammoth really decided to shake things up with amazing riffs. This does remind me of old Black Sabbath. The riff on White Hag is so damn good. Eternal Sleep, Mists of Doom, Candles is like 7 minutes, but then you got Black Rites, which is 19 minutes, just filled with unbelievable, incredibly catchy riffs. His vocals are so damn good. I feel that Chris Babelis Jr., I feel like his vocals are better than Ozzy Osbourne's vocals. That's controversial, but holy shit, his vocals are fantastic. And not to mention the artwork, man. The artwork on Acid Mammoth is so damn good. Acid Mammoth is a stoner doom metal band, you could say. Next up is a progressive metal band. We're talking about Caligula's Horse in Contact. This album's fantastic, it really is. This is one of my favorite Caligula's Horse album, and it was released in 2017. Songs like Will's Song, The Hands That Are Hardest, Songs for No One, Capulet, Inertia, The Weapon of the War, The Cannon's Mouth, and Graves, that 15-minute song to end off this album. This is such a good album. I just love the progressive elements, the great guitar solos, and you know what? Jim Gray's vocals are just so damn good. I didn't really enjoy Caligula's Horse until I really gave Rise Radiant a chance. Holy shit, I started to fall in love with this band. In Contact is one of Caligula's Horse's best work. Next up is we go to some melodic death metal, you could say. Crater, Gods of Violence. This does sound like a melodic death metal album. It just sounds like Amon Amarth. Crater Siphon, the inner Amon Amarth. Yes, this is great. Songs like World War Now, Satan is Real, Totalitarian Terror, Gods of Violence, along with Army of Storms, Line of Eagle Wings, and even Death Become My Light, a great way to end off the album. Just fantastic guitar work. Just the vocals are incredibly harsh and aggressive on this. This was released early in 2017, and holy shit, I definitely think that some people were caught off guard with Crater, Gods of Violence. But yeah, Gods of Violence sits here. Next up is Azegram, Protestus Magicum Diaboli. This album is absolutely fantastic. In case you don't know, Azegram are a black metal band, all-female black metal band, and they've released a masterpiece in 2019 called Dawn of Infinite Fire. Protestus Magicum Diaboli incorporates black metal elements along with doom metal elements. This is an incredibly slower album than Dawn of Infinite Fire was intense. I love songs like Black Triangle Temple in Protestus Magicum Diaboli. Then you got Black Sun Prayer, I Burn Within the Devil, the incredible vocal performance, the great guitar riffs as well. Yeah, just so many great moments, amazing guitar work, amazing vocals, and the drumming is out of this world. It's a really good album by Azegram, but not their best. Next up we go to some doom metal. It's Medusa by Paradise Lost. This is an absolutely fantastic album by Paradise Lost. It's one of my favorite albums by this band. I just love how Paradise Lost incorporate more heavy metal elements on this. Some great solos. It It's like a doom and roll album, you could say. There's just so much happening. I love Nick Holmes' vocals, love the guitar work, love the drumming. At times I love how slow it is. And there are just some really nice, harsh and aggressive vocals by Nick Holmes. Some cleaner vocals as well. Songs like Gods of Ancient, The Longest Winter, Medusa, No Passage for the Dead, Until the Grave. Just a tight and cohesive album by Paradise Lost. One of the best. Plague Within though, I feel now slightly better than Medusa. Then you got Obsidian, which was released last year, which is a fucking masterpiece, a 10 out of 10. But yeah, Medusa implements this fun element, very different to other Paradise Lost albums. Next up is one of my favorite bands. We're talking about Cradle of Filth, Cryptorana, The Seductiveness of Decay. In my opinion, all Cradle of Filth albums are fantastic. They really are, apart from Manticore. Yeah, we won't talk about Manticore, but Cryptorana, The Seductiveness of Decay, hails back to that Cradle of Filth sound that we fucking love. Danny Phil's vocals are absolutely fantastic. Songs like Heartbreak and Seance, Achingly Beautiful, Wester Vespertine, The Seductiveness of Decay, Vengeful Spirit, Death and the Maiden. One of the shortest Cradle of Filth albums, but it is a masterful album in my opinion. Cradle of Filth do it again with Cryptoriana, The Seductiveness of Decay. Next up is You're My Gunman, Forlorn, Forsaken, da 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 da. We're talking about Auden Ogan and the album Gunman. This is a fantastic album. This is a power metal / heavy metal album with great progressive elements, incredible vocals as well. Just an uplifting album that just really tells a huge story. Great songs like Fields of Sorrow, Gunman, Forlorn and Forsaken, Come With Me to the Other Side, Ashen Rain, Down Here, One Last Chance, and to end off the album's finished coronet opus. Gunman is one of my favorite Auden Ogan albums. And you know what? They released Final Days in 2021, which is up there to be one of my favorite albums as well. 2021, I honestly love this band. They are one of my favorite bands. They would easily probably get into the top 50 now. Auden Ogan are so damn good, and Gunman is an absolute banger. But a few other albums I like a little bit more. We're going back to death metal, and this is when Ross Dolan come in instead of John McEntee for some reason. I don't know why I mentioned Ross Dolan in Incantation, but yeah, Ross Dolan and the boys produced another great album, Atonement by Immolation. This album's so damn melodic. I love the vocals, I love the drumming, the technical elements, the dissonant melodies, and how fun this fucking album is. Songs like When the Jackals Come, Fostering the Divide, Rise to Heretics, Destructive Currents, Atonement, The Power of Gods. I love the groove. This album's got so much groove. Immolation by Atonement is one of the best albums of 2017. Finally, go to some prog metal now, and you know what? This is one of my favorite progressive metal bands. We're talking about Threshold, Legends of the Shires. This is so damn good, it really is. Definitely talking about the origins of Lord of the Rings, you could say, the origins of Middle Earth. It's a double album with songs like Small Dark Lines, The Man Who Saw Through Time, Trust the Process, Superior Machine, Lost in Translation. The solos on this, his vocals on this. I've played this album countless times, and I just feel this is one of the best albums by Threshold. Morgan is a beast on vocals, and of course Carl Groom is an amazing guitarist. But yeah, what a fucking fantastic album Legends of the Shires is. Next up, we're talking about an Aussie band, one of the biggest Australian bands in recent memory. It's Nayab Lascaris, Earn. What a great album. Like, Nayab Lascaris don't do anything wrong in my opinion. I've seen them live and they're absolutely fucking fantastic. Just incredible vocals, beautiful violin elements as well. Just how heavy and just hard hitting this album is. Intravenous is one of the best Nayab Lascaris songs, one of the best of the year. Irie, which is 11 minutes long. You got Earns Part 1 and Part 2. Just a great suite. Of course, you got Libera Part 1, Settling Spheres. It's in my top 3, so what do you expect? Progressive elements on this, the different time signatures, just the amount of pure emotion that Tim Charles provides. Zen incorporates harsher vocals on this. This is such a great album. Incredible melodies that just get stuck in your head. And finally, we really slow things down. A Funeral Doom album that really shook the metal world by storm. It is Mirror Reaper by Bow Witch. This is just a fantastic album. It's basically one song running around about an hour and a half. It's slow, it's doomy. This is a Funeral Doom album. And the vocals, incredibly laid with strong textures and atmospheric vibes that I absolutely love. Organs are involved, just the gothic elements, the Funeral Doom moments, the slow musical compositions. This is such an awesome album, it really is. This took me ages for this album to click, but finally it did, and it's an absolute masterpiece by Bow Witch. Mirror Reaper. Ooh, what a fantastic album. There's nothing really much I can say, is that it's slow, it's doomy, and it certainly puts you into a different perspective when you listen to this album. It feels like you're locked in a fucking room or something, as just these vocals just echo throughout your ear. Just really slow and torturous guitar moments as well. And there's like a 10-minute section where there's just one note, but it's just so atmospheric and ethereal that this album is just painstakingly brilliant. So we've gone through 19 albums, and my number 1 album of 2017 is a band called Sunken and the album Departure. This album's absolutely fucking fantastic, and I just, oh wow, what can I say? This album blew my mind when I listened to it at first. Songs like Void, Sunken, Departure, In the Cold Embrace of the Waves, which is like 14 minutes long. This is atmospheric black metal done right. The main star are the vocals. The vocals are so damn distant with those harsh and just incredible shrieks you get. The melodic flair, incredible acoustic moments, amazing guitar work, and the bass is very prominent. Love the production on this. Its atmosphere is just drenched with dread. At times I incorporate folky elements, at times there are just intense moments and slower moments as well. Departure is, in my opinion, the best album in 2017, because none other album made my jaw drop like Sunken did. And holy shit, what an absolute incredible album by Sunken. And it's my number one album of 2017. A fucking masterpiece. So guys, that's it for 2017. It's now under the rug, and we move on to the next year, and we move on to another random year in the near future. Who knows what we'll be doing next? I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, let me know what years you want to see in the comments section below. Let me know your favorite albums as well. Do you agree or disagree on my opinion? Let me know also what albums you're going to check out on my list. Keep the discussion going in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next one.